morning. Today we are going to start the last topic of statistics, right? And that topic is combined mean. It's a very simple topic, combined mean. We often use it in our real life, right? As for example, for teachers, after every exam or the test, we used to do the result analysis of the class, right? Where we try to find out the performance of the boys and the performance of the girls, right? And then we also calculate the overall performance of the class, isn't it? So you know how we calculate the overall performance, means mean marks. How we calculate the average performance of the boys, means the sum total of marks obtained by the boys divided by the number of boys. This will give you the average performance of the boys. Likewise, we can also calculate for the girls. Clear? And then lastly, we also calculate it for the class. Overall, what is the result of the class? Overall, what is the mean marks of the class, right? That overall performance of the class, overall average of the class is only called as the combined mean. So this is not a new concept. We are already using it, right? So without study only, we have already understood. So we are going to just have some few questions based on combined mean. So first of all, I will introduce you the formula of the combined mean, right? Combined mean formula is combined mean formula is equal to n1 x1 plus n2 x2 divided by n1 plus n2. Now let us try to understand this formula. This formula is very simple. Now the example that I gave you, we will just connect this formula with the example, right? This is the number of boys and this is the mean marks of the boys. Clear? This is the number of girls and this is the mean marks of the girls, right? And then the sum total of all the students of that class. So using this formula we can find out the combined mean. Is this very clear? So we are first of all going to start with question number 1, right? In question number 1 we have two samples. Right? The size of the two sample is 50 and 100. Let me read the question first of all. You can see the question here. The question I will read it for you. Two sample of sizes 50 and 100 are given. The mean of these sample sizes samples respectively are 56 and 50. So here we are given the values of n1 and n2, right? And then we are also given the mean. That means we are also given the value of x mean, x1 mean and x2 mean. Clear? Now we just have to find out the mean of the size 150 by combining. So we have to find out the combined mean, right? So first of all, we will note down the information. Question number 1, right? Solution. N1 is equal to 50. N2 is equal to 100. Is it okay? Then the mean of this many student is equal to 56 and the mean of this another 100 is 50. So this is the information we have. Now we are asked to find out the mean, combined mean. So let us calculate combined mean. X is denoted by x bar. Now 50 into 56 plus 100 into 50 divided by 50 plus 100. Is it very clear? Now we can use the calculator. So this becomes 56, this is 2800 and this is plus 5000 divided by 150, right? this is equal to 7800 divided by 150, and then final answer is 52. So you can see this is the process of calculating the combined mean. Hope you are finding the question too easy. Thank you. Next question. Now we will take question number 3. Question number 3. Now let us read question number 3 first of all. Right? Question number 3. Question number 3 says the mean of marks obtained in an examination by a group of 100 students is found to be 49.46. Right? This is the first group. In this first group, we have 100 students, and then their average is calculated to be 49.46. Next, the mean of the marks obtained in the same examination by another group of 200 students is 52.32. So here we have two group of students. In the first group, we have 100 students. In another group, we have 200 students, right? And the average of the first 100 student is 49.46, and then average of the another 200 students is 52.32. Now the question is find the mean of the marks is obtained by both the groups of the student taken together. That means we have to find out the combined mean. So this question is exactly same as the previous question. So let us first of all write down all the information. The N1 is equal to 100 student, right? And N2, another group, is 200, right? The mean of this first group is 49.46, and the average of another group is 52.32. Alright, now we have to find out the combined mean. So using the same formula, we are using again and again the same formula. 100 into 49.46 plus 200 into 52.32 divided by 100 plus 200. Alright, this is 4946 plus 200 into 52.32. So this will come as equal to 10,464. 10,464 divided by 300. Clear? Now let us add the numerator. When we add the numerator, it is coming as equal to 15,410 divided by 300. Is it okay? And now when you divide this using the calculator or manually, your answer will come to 51.37. This is the combined mean. Are you finding this topic too easy? Thank you. Now we will move to question number 4. Right? Now look at question number 4. First of all, try to understand what the question says. In question number 4, the number of students in class 10A and 10B are 30 and 35. That means here we have the value of N1 and N2. So let us write down. Let us gather the information. N1 is 30 and N2 is 35. Right? Now, next what? The number of students in section 10A and 10B are 30 and 35 respectively. The mean scores of the students in the mathematics test are as follows. Right? So remember here that this is the information about 10A and this is the information about 10B. Clear? So the number of students in 10A is 30, and then the mean of this 10A is given as 70. That is, the X1 mean is given as equal to 70. But the mean of class 10B is missing, is not given. Is this okay? But in fact, in place of this mean, we are given the combined mean. The combined mean, that is x mean, is given, right? This combined mean is given as equal to 62. Clear? So far, we have calculated in the previous two questions, we calculated the x mean, that is the combined mean. But this time the combined mean is given, and then we are asked to find out the one of the mean. So that can be possible using the same formula. We can find out the mean. Is it very clear? So let us use the same formula in the same manner. The formula maybe this, okay, 62. 62 is equal to, you know the formula now, so 30 into 70 plus 35 into, this is missing, right? So can we assume this as equal to something, say a, right? Because already we have x here, so we are writing this as a, divided by the sum total number of students, so 30 plus 35. So this will become 65, and this 65 will be multiplied by 62, will become 4030, and then this is 2100 plus 35a, right? Now we can simplify. This is just a linear equation. You have to find the value of a. So first of all, 2100 will go to this end. So 35a is equal to 4030 minus 2100, right? This is equal to 1930. Is it okay? And now we can find the value of a. A is equal to 1930 divided by 35, and this answer will come as equal to 55.14. This is the mean of class 10B student. Is it well understood? Thank you. Now the next question we are going to take is question number 5. Now look at the board and see what is the question. Question number 5 is a very similar question, same as the previous questions, right? Number 5 question. There are two branches of a company. There are two branches of a company employing 280 and 320 persons respectively. So there are two branches of a company. In one branch there are 280 employees, and in another branch there are 320 employees, right? If the arithmetic mean of the monthly salary paid by the two companies are 750 and 937.50 respectively. Now that means for the first group of employees, that is for 280 employees, the monthly salary on an average, the mean of the monthly salary is calculated 750, and then average of 320, another group of people is 937.50. If this is so, the question says find the arithmetic mean of the salaries of the employee of the company as a whole, altogether or as a whole. It means we have to find out the arithmetic combined mean. Is this very clear? So let us first of all write down the information. N1 is the first group, that is 280. N2 is the another group which has 320 people, right? The average salary of this group is 750, and the average salary of this another group is 937.50. If this is so, then the question says find the combined mean. Is it alright? Okay. So you can use the same formula. X mean, that is the combined mean. This is 280 into 750 plus 320 into 937.50 divided by 280 plus 320. Is it okay? Now let us multiply and get the result. So product of 280 into 750 will be 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? And the product of these two will be 3 lakh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by the sum of these two, 600. Is it okay? Now the numerator sum one is 55 lakh 10,000. Is this okay? 5 lakh 10,000 divided by 600. Now simplify. This 20 cancel this 20. Now 5100 divided by 6. So it will come as equal to 850. So this is the combined mean of all the 600 people working in two different groups. Is it very clear? Thank you. Now the next question, we are moving on to question number 6. This question number 6 is a little different from the previous other questions, right? First of all, if we go back to our previous questions, you might have noticed that what was the requirement? Whenever we were asked to calculate the combined mean, what was the information given, right? Till now we have understood that we need the numbers and then we need the mean of all the groups, number of all the groups and mean of all the groups. So if we have four in this information, so we are able to find out the combined mean. Now this question is little different. So first of all, I want you all to look at the board and then see question number 6. Question number 6. Question number 6 says, the mean age of a combined group of men and women is 30 years. So here we have the mean age, right? Of the combined mean age is given. Combined mean age of men and women. Combined mean age of men and women is given as equal to 30. Clear? 30 years. So the combined mean age for men and women is 30 years. Clear? Now, if the mean age of the group of men is 32, now for the men, the mean is 32 years. Clear? And then the group of women, average age, the mean age is 27. Is it okay? We have only these three information. We have the mean x1, x2, and then we have the average mean. Clear? Now with this information, they are asking us to find out the percentage of men and women in the group. Percentage of men and women in the group. So that way, this question becomes a little different from the previous question, because in the previous question they used to give us the number. Because the mean is given, the combined mean is given, so if not both the number, at least one number should be given, right? That kind of question we have seen, but this time we don't have any of the number. We don't have the number of men, we don't have the number of women. Clear? Even we don't have the total number. We don't have the total number also. Is this okay? So in that case, we have to find out the percentage of men or women. Is it okay? So let us see how can we do this type of question. Since we don't have the number of men or women or even the total number, so we can solve this question with assumption. We can say let the total number of men and women be 100. Okay? We will solve this question by assuming that let the total number of men and women be 100. Clear? But still this also will not solve your purpose. Now you have to at least assume for one of them. Okay? So let us assume the number of men to be something, right? So and the number of men be x. Now okay. After assumption you got the number n1 for this number of men and this is to be x, right? Now the total number of men and women is 100. Out of this 100, if the number of men is x, then what could be the number of women? X is part of this 100, right? So X is the number of men. That means the remaining of this will be all women. Therefore, the number of women will be N2 will be 100 minus X. Is this very clear? And now we got the value of N1 N2, right? We also know the total number, so we will be able to find out the percentage of men and the percentage of women. So let us start with the same formula. So this is 30 is equal to 32 into X plus 27 into 100 minus X divided by the total number of men and women. The total number of men and women is how much? Is assumed as 100. Now let us simplify this. Is it okay? So we can, first of all, maybe we can multiply this part, right? And then same time we can take this 100 to that side. So 100 into 30 will become 3000 is equal to, this is 32x, and then plus 27 into 100, 2700, and then minus 27x, minus 27x. Now let us collect the like term and simplify. So 2700 will come to this side, and this 32x and minus 27x will become 5x. And then 3000 minus 2700 is equal to 300, and therefore this implies your x is equal to 300 over 5 is equal to 60. So this is the percentage of what? X was men. So the percentage of men in the group is 60. Clear? Now we can find out the number percentage for the women. And percentage for women, percentage for women will be total percentage, total is 100. So 100 minus 60 is equal to 40. So this is the percentage of your women, and then this is the percentage of men. Am I very clear? Now here this question, this can be asked also in the form of number. Here we have calculated this in percentage, right? And this question can also be asked in terms of number, right? So whether it is number or it is percentage, there will be no change. It will remain as it is only, because we have taken it as 100. Am I clear? So this question, whether it was a number or it was in the form of percentage, the answer will be same. Is it okay? Thank you. Let us take question number 7. Question number 7, right? Let us see what the question says. Okay. Please look at the question. The mean weight of 150 students in a class is 60 kg. The mean weight of 150 students in class is 60 kg. The mean weight of boys in the class is 70 kg, and then that of the girl is 55 kg. Find the number of girls in the class. Wow. Here, first of all, we will write down the information, the total number of boy and girl in the class, the total number of boys and girls in the class B is equal to 150. Am I clear? Then we are given the mean weight of the boy. So maybe let us say x1 bar we will write for the girls, and x2 bar we will write for the boys. Let me write here, this is boys, right? And this is for the girls. So the mean weight of the girl is given as 55 kg. Clear? And mean weight of the boys is given as equal to 70 kg. Is it okay? Now And the mean weight x bar is also given as equal to 60. The mean weight of the boys and the girls is given as 60. Clear? The total number of boys and girls is 150. Then this is the combined mean. This is the mean of the girls. This is the mean of the boys. But that means here, in this case also, in this question also, we don't have the number of girls and the number of boys, right? That means this question became same as your previous question. This is also same as your previous question. Clear? So, what we can do is we have to assume the number for the girls, right? So, let us say n1 is equal to, suppose x, because the question is to find the number of girls, right? So, that is why first of all I have assumed the number of girls. It is assumed to be x. Total number of boy and girl is 150. Out of this, the number of girl is x. That means the number of boys will be. Can you tell me what will be the number of boys? There are x girls. Total number of boys and girls is 150. That means the number of boys will be 150 minus x. So now you got the numbers, you got the mean, you got the combined mean. We can easily find out the number of girls. Clear? So we are going to use the formula. Combined mean is 60 is equal to 55x plus this into this 70 into 150 minus x divided by the total number, which is already given 150, right? Now we can cross multiply this side and this side we will simplify. So this is equal to what? 56 and 90, 9,000. 56 is 90 and then double zero. 9 equal to 55x plus 57 is 105 and then double zero minus 70x. Now let us correct the like term. Okay, so 55 minus 70x will become minus 50x is equal to, this is 9,000 minus 10,500. So it becomes how much? This will come, this is 1,500. Is it okay? 1,500. And this is negative. Clear? Now this minus and this minus will cancel, and therefore your x will be equal to 1500 divided by 15 is equal to 100. So this is the number of girls. And the question was to find out the number of girls in the group. So we calculated and this one to be 100. Is this very clear? So with this we are ending the combined mean here itself, and tomorrow we will have one more type of question from the last exercise. Till then, thank you so much. Keep enjoying, keep learning us, and stay safe, stay home. Thank you.